Hello guys, welcome back. It's Project Estl. Today we'll be going over Google Sites.
Hey guys, so this is today's agenda. We're going to be introducing Google Sites, such as Google Docs and Google Slides, basically showing how to navigate them and how to use them. Then we're going to have a quick quiz just to test your guys' understanding. Then we're going to go through Gmail. So what is it? How to navigate it, of course, how to send emails, how to favorite them, store them, all that stuff. And then we're going to go through Google Translate and basically what it is again and navigating it as well, and really just how to use it. So before we begin, I want to talk about the importance of Google Drive and what it is. So Google Drive is just a storage service that allows people to store and share files online. So for example, in this case, this allows you to store and organize some of your documents and folders, such as the documents you make on your Google Sites, such as Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, and etc. So unfortunately, we are not going to be going over all the Google Sites, but we are going to be going over the most commonly used. So for example, we're going to be going over Google Docs. So what is Google Docs? So Google Docs is used to type documents such as letters, essays, and much more. The advantage of this is that not only are you able to work alone or by yourself, you're actually able to collaborate with others. So you can always add people to your document and you can write what you want at the same time. So the purpose of mentioning Google Drive in the beginning is just to show that whatever you were to type on these documents or anything that you shared with your friends would all be saved to your Google Drive. So in case you wanted to access a document that you had lost because you have so many, it would be in your Google Drive. How to navigate Google Docs. So I just want to mention this quickly, but Google Docs is not only a service that you can use in Safari and Google, but it's also an app that you can download on your mobile device. But for some, it may be easier to use their computer rather than a mobile device. So let's get into it. To begin, you're going to go into your Safari or search web or your Google and you're going to type in Google Docs. It should be the first site that pops up. And when it pops up and you're going to click on it, you're going to have to sign in. So the thing with Google Sites is that you have to sign in or have an account with them because they use your account in your Google Drive to save all of these files that you create or that you use. So when you're already signed in, you're going to see this layout that we have here in the middle. You see this big blank white page with this plus sign on it or add sign. And you're going to press on this. This basically means it's going to create a new document, and the new document should look like this image that we see here on the right. It's going to be all blank and say type here, and it's going to be untitled. You're going to title it later, of course. And under this, we have recent documents. So these are all your old documents that you've previously have worked on already, and you can always just press on them again if you want to edit them again. So here we have a brand new page. We just created a new document through the Google Docs site, and here at the top left corner we have something called Untitled Document. That just means you haven't titled your document and you can type in whatever you want. Under this we have a lot of different icons, so I'm going to begin with the undo and redo. So this is the very left, the undo and redo button. So basically, let's say you write something and you erase it, the one on the left would bring it back, and let's say you don't want that anymore, the redo button will take you back to where you just started, so when you erased it. Then right next to that we have the print button. This just means that if you were near a printer or something, your device will connect to that and will be able to print out the entire Google Doc pages, everything you've written and everything. Next to that we have the zoom. So this is 100% right now, but you can always zoom out and you can always zoom in. It just depends how you like writing and how zoomed in you liked it. Then after that we have, as you see, there's something here called Arial. That's just the font of your text. So you can always change the font of your text. So here we have an example of different types of fonts. Next to that, we have this 11. So that means it's the size of the text, and the minus and the plus, you can either make it smaller and you can either make it bigger. And if you don't want to keep pressing that little button, you can just press on that and type in 30 and it will change the size of your text. Now next to this, we have this huge little menu bar of a B, a I, a U, and A, and this little highlighter. So the B boldens your text, the I italicizes your text, the U underlines your text, and the little A with the little bar under it, that changes the text's color. And the highlight one, it just highlights your text. So you can, and by doing this, you can make it more easier. You can press on your text and drag it along and it'll highlight everything, and you'll be able to change it if you just press on any of these. And then finally at the top right corner we have this share. This share feature allows you to collaborate with others. Again, it doesn't only like mean that they can edit your work. That means sometimes you can just allow access so they won't have to edit whatever you wrote. Okay, so right on top of those icons that we were just talking about, it says like some words like file, edit, view, insert. So for file, we're gonna basically go over the most commonly used and the most basic ones. So we have file button. This can download or make a copy of your Google Doc. You can also share it to people, print it out, email it, stuff like that. And then next to that, we have the insert button. So here you can insert any images, any tables, anything you want to add to your Google Doc. Next to that, we have format button. So this can overall change the page's layout or the page's setup. You can indent your words or anything you type, add page numbers, your paragraph style, all of that. Next to that, we have the tools button. So the tools button kind of has like this thing called spell check. You can insert a spell check and it will like kind of correct all the words you spelled wrong or just count all the amount of words you have, stuff like that. So right under that's word count, that counts the amount of words you have. And basically that's it. So now that we've gone over Google Docs, we're going to go over another Google site that we have, and it's Google Slides. So what is Google Slides? Google Slides are used to create like presentation or proposals. Usually you can do this with and like collaborate with others, but it also can be like a solo project. And again, how we mentioned Google Drive, these are automatically saved to your Google Drive. So Google Slides kind of has the same kind of format as Google Docs. So again, you can go on your search web or your Google web browser, and you can type in Google Slides. You'll press on the first link that pops up and you can log in. Another option we have is on the same Google Docs like site, you're already on it. You can see the recent documents, create a new document. At the very top, you're going to press on the three little lines in the left corner. You'll press on that and it'll give you all the different Google Sites. So like the Google Docs, Sheets, Forms, all of that. And you can just press on that. And again, how I mentioned, it kind of has the same kind of format. The little white page at the plus or add sign there can create new slide presentations. And then at the bottom, you can see your recent presentations and like the old ones you already worked on. So how to navigate a new slides presentation. A new slides presentation has almost the same format as a Google Doc. It has a lot of the same buttons and there's a lot of the same words. So we're going to go over them quickly. And up in the very left corner, we have something called Untitled Presentation. Again, this is where you title your document. Here you can name it whatever you want. And then under that, we have this new thing, this little plus or add sign. This adds new slides. So the way you can see all these slides, we have a slide navigator. You can always scroll through it, but it will show you every slide that is in your presentation. And then something familiar here, we have our undo and redo. So basically, just to like kind of summarize what that is. So undo basically is like you're undoing an action. And then to redo, it means you are redoing an undone action. So that's what basically it is. And then we have print. And print, again, is where you're going to print out your Google Slides. Then we have zoom. Again, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, make your slides smaller, make it bigger. Now we're moving to the middle. In the middle, we see this huge rectangle. It says, click to add title. This is a slide that you can edit. It shows you it in a bigger lighting, so then you can like edit whatever you want. And then on the very top right corner, we have slideshow and share. So slideshow just like presents your slides in a slideshow mode, kind of making everything in the background disappear and just focusing on solely on the slides. And then we have share. So again, how in Google Docs you can share with others to collaborate, or you can just share it in a way where they can just view your slides. And then finally, I want to go over themes. So this is a theme selector. It can change the style of your slides presentation to whatever you want. But a little quick tip, there's also this thing called Slides Go. They have so much cute templates that you can always transfer to your Google Slides. See, so we're gonna go over some buttons that we need to take note of. So here, this little part menu that we kind of box next to the selector, we have the text box tool. Basically, you can add a text box in your Google Slides presentation. Insert images, you can insert anything you want, and then insert shapes, insert lines and arrows. I think those are very self-explanatory. And then when you close the themes box, what opens up are these things that you can edit your slides presentations with. So we have this like little paint can dripping. That's a color in text box, so it will color the entire box of text. And then we have this little pencil that adds an outline, and then we have these little like lines that get thicker as we see it go up. This changes the outline's thickness. And then finally we have the last one where it can change the outline style. Now, if you were to press on like the three dots, it'll kind of reveal the way you can change your text. So again, we have the Arial. You know what that means. It changes the font of your text. And then we have bold text, italicized text, etc. So much options. And then again, you can change the size of your text and do much more. So just to know, like those themes that Google Slides offer you, you're not limited to only those. How I mentioned that quick tip about Slides Go. Google Slides provides a variety of fun themes, but you can also find other themes online. So not only on Slides Go, but on Slides Mania, there's so much more other sites that you can use. And some may be free and some may not be free. Quiz time. So we're going to test how much you guys remember and whether you guys understood what we went over. Which is the Google Slides icon? A or B? Please pause and come back when you have finalized your answer. The answer is B. True or false? This icon allows you to collaborate with others. Please pause and come back when you have finalized your answer. The answer is true. As you can see, it does say share. Which is a new Google Doc? A or B? Please pause and come back when you have finalized your answer. The answer is A. As you can see, it's a total white blank page where you can write on. True or false? Google Docs and Google Slides are automatically synced. Please pause and come back when you have finalized your answer. It is true. Google Drive exists and Google Drive saves all your files and documents as they are connected to your Google Sites. Which do you click to get a new slides presentation? A or B? Please pause and come back when you have finalized your answer. The answer is A. As you can see, it's a blank white page with a little plus or @ sign indicating that you're going to create a new slides presentation. Thank you guys so much for playing. We're going to be going over Gmail and Google Translate now. So now we're going to be going over Gmail. And what is Gmail? So Gmail is a free email service that is provided by Google. You can perform many tasks, blocking, putting into your spam, a lot of things that you can do that I'll be going over for the next few slides. So navigating Gmail, so similar to a lot of the other Google sites, you can actually download the app as well. But if you're on a Google web browser, all you have to do is type in Gmail, and it should be the first site that pops up. You're going to press on that link, and it should take you to a page that looks like this. However, mine does look a little different. I did customize the background, but a lot of the times it's all completely white. So here in Gmail, we have a lot of stuff that we can go over, but I'm going to go over some quick stuff here. So right here it says inbox. Next to that inbox, it says this number. This number indicates how many unread emails you have. Then when all your emails are read, there would be no number. And just so you know, inbox kind of carries all the emails that you receive from other people unless you were to block them. They'll end up on your spam, or you just will never receive an email from that person or business again. And on top we have search mail. Here you can search any mail you have sent or have received. You just type in the name or any keywords in that email and it should pop up. And then all these emails again, these are all the messages you've received in this little red box. You would have to go message I've received in my entire life, which is having inbox. So I'm going to go into more depth about all these little buttons that we see. I did not go on it on the previous slide because I'm going over the basic stuff, but I'm going to be going on what each of these mean. So this check mark just allows you to select as many emails you want, and by this you're going to be able to complete an action. But here are some of the actions you can complete. So the button next to that, this is the archive. You'll be able to see it in your all mail. Then we have this little circle with a little eye in the middle. That means report spam. So you'll be able to hide any type of mail you receive coming into your inbox from like people you don't know, businesses you don't want their emails from. And then we have next to that is the trash. So this will just delete any mail you do not want. Now we're going to move on, and we're going to move to the right side, this little rectangle. That's move to, so you can move any of your email to another folder you have, such as your spam, your starred, etc. Next to that is flag. This basically flags it as an important email. Now let's talk about the email structure. So there we have the time. This indicates the time it was sent. And then under that we have more stuff. That little this envelope, it just marks it as read, and then little button next to that is like a timer that's just kind of snooze it, and you'll be able to kind of see it later. So how I said earlier, you can kind of move an email to a different folder, such as starred. Starred basically is also kind of making it important. You'll add it to a starred file, meaning that it is an important email. So we're going to be going over the sidebar of Gmail. Basically, these are a lot of the folders that we were talking about earlier. So on the top, we have compose. This is where we're going to create an email. We're going to talk about that on the next couple of slides. Under that, we have inbox. Again, this is where you see all of your accepted incoming emails. Under that, start is where you keep all of your important emails. Under that, we have snooze. And how I mentioned before, basically you could snooze a certain email and mark it so you'll see it later. Then we have the sent. This is where when you have already composed an email and it will be in your sent after you've sent it. Other than that, we have drafts. This is also like composing an email, but it has not been finished and you never sent it. It will stay in your drafts and then you can send it later if you want. And if you press more, it'll give you more options. You will be seeing those options on the right. So labels, under more, it says labels. This will allow you to create your own files so you can keep your emails there. So on the right side, after you press more, it should show you more stuff. So here we have important. This is again like the little flag. You'll flag it as important. Similar to start. Then we have chats. These are where you can chat with other people. Gmail allows you to chat with other people who also have Gmail. Then we have scheduled. So you can kind of schedule when you want a certain email to be sent, only if you're sending that email. All mail, so it will show you all your mail, even if it's blocked, it's in your spam, trash, all of it. Then spam, again, it's when you report a spam, they kind of stay in this file for life. You can also report it in your inbox in case you want to report a certain email, but spam also kind of blocks out certain emails that they think you shouldn't see or they don't think it's important. Under that, we have trash. This is where you can see all your deleted mail in case you were trying to find something you accidentally deleted. And then categories, same to like labels, you can kind of categorize your emails into certain files. And then, yeah, so creating new, but also like you can manage your emails or create more. So how I went over in the last slide about composing an email, I'm going to be going over how to do that. So when you press compose, you're going to see something like this that we see in the bottom left. It'll say new message and it'll say to and subject. So to, you're going to just write the person's email or like the person you're trying to send this email to. Then subject basically is the topic that the email is about. So now let's talk about like writing the email and what things you can add to the email. So under the bottom, we have a lot of buttons that you can press. The A button basically just like kind of changes the colors text. And when you were to press that, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. So you can like, again, like bold it, italicize, underline, kind of indent, all of that stuff. And again, we have the undo and redo buttons, and you can also change the text's like font. Next to that, we have like this file button. Basically, it'll access any of your files and you'll be able to like put them on to your email. Next to that, we have link, and then basically you can link anything. We have emojis, you can add emojis. You have images, you can add images. And basically those are like the most commonly used. And again, there's at the end, there's like the kind of like trash button. You can just trash the email if you don't want to send it. And if you were like, if you did not send this like if you did not want to send this email, and it'll just go into your drafts. And then next to this, we have like search for photos. So if you were to press on like an image, it'll ask you like whether you wanted to add the image from your device or just search for a photo. And if you were to search for the photo, it'll take you like to Google Photos and you can search for whatever you want. Now let's say you wanted to reply to a certain email. Let's say to do this, you're gonna press on an email and you see this little arrow that's kind of going to the left. That arrow indicates like replying. You're gonna press that and it will allow you to reply to the email. And it has the same format as composing an email. So just to give you kind of a clear example of how Gmail would look like on your phone, here the app looks like this. You press on it and it has the same format, except you won't be able to see the search bar. So you're going to press on the little 3 horizontal lines at the very top left corner, and this will show you all the labels, the files, and everything you can access as you would on a search web browser. So Google Translate is another service that is provided by Google. You can also use it on your mobile device, and you can also use it on web, but it can translate text, photo, speech, handwriting in over 200 different languages. And the fun thing about it is actually it's able to even detect certain languages. So here's Google Translate and how it should this is how it looks on a mobile phone. Down here, the very bottom, we have this like conversation button. This will allow you to have a conversation with someone in another language, so you'll be able to go back and forth. Next up, we have the mic button. You will be able to listen to the other person and translate it to English, how I have it here, or you can translate it to a different language. And then we have this like little swap button. So let's say you are trying to translate Spanish to English, you can you can swap it and it can be English to Spanish. Now, if you were to press the mic, you can see at like the bottom here, it will say like speak now. So you have to speak into it and it'll be translating it as you speak. Now, at the very top, there's like this little pencil with a little wavy line behind it. That's like the write. So you'll be able to write with your hand, makes it more easy, like rather than typing. And I'm gonna have the photo option, so like little camera at the very bottom of this, at the right corner of that little image of what should it look like. I have a little picture example of what it should look like under our writing example. Here you take a picture of whatever you want, and then it'll be able to translate it at the moment. It'll be able to translate whatever was written. And finally, kind of just changing the languages. So if you were to press on the Spanish, it will allow you to kind of change the language to whatever you want. And there's like multiple, we have a variety here. And if you can't, like, if you don't know what language it is, how I said it kind of has a fun thing where it can detect the language. You're going to press detect language and you're going to let whatever you're trying to detect just speak and it will do it for you. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please leave a like and subscribe.